I proposed to my girlfriend at KFC, and it made her cry. Jasmine and I had been together for 4 years. 4 solid years. And in all that time, we had one tradition we never broke. Sunday nights at KFC. Every single Sunday. It didn't matter if we were broke, tired, or fighting about something stupid. We went to KFC. It started on our second date, actually. I was trying to impress her with some fancy Italian place, but they messed up our reservation. We ended up at the KFC across the street because everything else was closed. We sat there for 3 hours just talking and laughing over a bucket of chicken. She told me about her weird uncle who collects bottle caps. I told her about the time I accidentally dyed my hair green in 6th grade. It was perfect. After that, it became our thing, our spot. The employees knew us by name. They'd save our usual table by the window. Jasmine always got the same thing, popcorn chicken, coleslaw, and that fruit punch they have. I'd get whatever was on sale and we'd share everything anyway. But then things got hard, really hard. My mom got sick last winter, like hospital visits 3 times a week kind of sick. My boss cut my hours because business was slow. I was stressed, broke, and exhausted all the time. I stopped texting Jasmine back as fast, stopped asking about her day. Even our Sunday nights got quiet. I'd just sit there picking at my food while she tried to start conversations that went nowhere. She never complained though. She just kept showing up, kept asking if I was okay, kept trying, and I felt like garbage because I knew I was pushing her away without meaning to. One night she didn't order her usual. She just got a small drink and said she wasn't hungry. That's when I knew I'd really messed up. Jasmine never skipped food at KFC. Never. I went home that night and couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about how she stayed even when I gave her every reason to leave. How she sat with me in silence when I had nothing to say. How she never made me feel bad for being a mess. Things finally got better. Mom recovered. My boss gave me back my full schedule, and I realized I'd been so focused on surviving that I forgot to appreciate the one person who survived it with me. I didn't want some fancy do-over moment. I didn't want to pretend our relationship was something it wasn't. We weren't 5-star restaurant people. We were KFC people, and I loved that about us. So I called the manager, explained everything, and asked if I could do something special. He thought it was hilarious, but said yes. I came in early that Sunday and set things up. I put Jasmine's favorite drink at our table with a small bucket labeled Jasmine's Nuggets Only, because she always joked that I ate more than my share. When she walked in, she looked confused. Then she saw the setup and started laughing. That real laugh I hadn't heard in months. She sat down and immediately grabbed a nugget. "You're being weird," she said, but she was smiling. I slid a folded napkin across the table. She opened it. I'd written, "Sorry I went quiet. Sorry I made you feel unwanted. You stayed when you didn't have to. That's why I'm staying forever." She read it twice, then looked up at me with this expression I couldn't read. That's when I pulled out the ring. It wasn't expensive. It was what I could afford, but it was real. She just stared at it, then at me. Then she started crying, like full-on tears streaming down her face. The employees started clapping. Some kid from another table ran over and handed her a napkin. His mom was trying to pull him back, but he was determined to help. Jasmine was nodding before I even asked the question out loud, just nodding and crying and laughing all at once. She finally managed to say, "Yes, you idiot." Obviously, yes. Then she grabbed my hand and said, "But you still have to share the nuggets fairly from now on. That's non-negotiable." We sat there for 2 hours after that, just talking like we used to. The employees brought us free biscuits to celebrate. Jasmine kept looking at the ring and crying again every few minutes. Happy crying, though. When we finally left, she stopped me in the parking lot. "You know what the best part is?" she asked. "You didn't try to be someone else. You just remembered who we actually are." That's when I knew I'd done it right.